Gymnasium in Richland. It's another full house tonight, and they're still coming in. And we should have a crowd of about 4,800, which is official capacity here at our Daywall Gymnasium in Richland for the second meeting of the year between Pasco and Richland. The Bombers taking the measure of the Bulldogs, nearly 2 months ago, back on December 17th. The final was 71-65 in a great basketball game. Of course, with me as usual is my sidekick, Don Manili. And Don, of course, both of these teams coming in here, first and second in the league, but they're both coming in off losses.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I think coming off a loss, I think as a coach, what that allowed the team to do is really be able to refocus in practice. They probably had a great week of practice, and the game, not only the game between Pasco and Richland always being a big basketball game, but this one here being late in the season with regionals being played here in about 3 weeks, and it's just going to be a tremendous basketball game. We got some super matchups tonight. We got Godfrey Davis inside for Pasco and Schultz inside for Richland. I think the big key for Pasco is Godfrey Davis has to have an impact on the basketball game tonight. Schultz has proven that he's a talented player, as is seen in the paper, nominated to the McDonald's potential All-American team and things, and he's just a quality basketball player, and Godfrey Davis has to have a big game tonight, which means he's got to stay out of foul trouble. Richland has a lot of weapons offensively that they can come out and throw at people, and I think Pasco must have a good start tonight. Richland crowd's going to be into the game. Pasco crowd's going to be waiting to get into the game, so Pasco's got to come out. They got to get some shots down, and they got to get the game going with Richland. It just should be a tremendous basketball game.
Richland got in horrendous foul trouble the last time the two teams meet. Neil Robertson picking up 3 fouls before the first half, limited his playing time. Doug Schultz also got in some foul trouble as well. In addition, Pasco hit 10 three-pointers in that game, 3 of them coming from 6'4" forward Brian Holtgren, who the Bombers did not guard for a long time because they didn't think he could hit the 3. So that's one of the keys for Pasco tonight, as we may see, says Coach Mike Ward, Brian Holtgren more to try and bring Schultz and Cahill away from the basket. So we'll see how that develops. The other thing Pasco's concerned about is controlling the ball, taking care of the basketball against Richland's man pressure.
Yeah, one of the big trademarks of Bomber basketball this year is they've just been able to apply tremendous pressure on the basketball. With Mark Bone and Eric and Neil Robertson and their guards, they're just great athletes, not only good basketball players, and they really take teams out of their offense. Kelly Herron has proven that he's a quality point guard, so it's going to be his job tonight to make sure that Pasco can come up and get into their offense for them. Pasco's got to generate some shots for their guards. I think one of the strengths for Pasco is they got a great bench. They got kids off the bench like Nate Collins that they can come in and really shoot for them, and the same thing for Richland's got some tremendous depth with their guards. One of the weaknesses we've seen in the Kamiakin game for Richland was their lack of depth inside of the post position. It really hurts them when they have to take Schultz out of the game or Cahill out of the game. Usually he tries to counter with going with a 4-guard lineup, but it may be difficult to do that tonight with Pasco being a little bigger.
Okay, we'll be back with the starting lineups and a look at how the girls' game went, because they held that varsity game prior to this one after we take this 90-second timeout. Starting lineups, first of all, for Pasco under head coach Mike Guajardo in his 13th season. Starting at the guards will be Michael Fielding, a 6'1 junior, averaging 8.9 per game. Kelly Herron, a 6'3 junior, averaging 8.3 per game. Up front, Lucas Thorne, a 6'1 senior, averaging 6.3. Trent 80, a 6'5 junior, averaging 9.1. And Godfrey Davis, a 6'8 senior, averaging 11.0. For Richland, the guards are Mark Bone, a 5'11 senior, averaging 2.8. Neil Robertson, a 5'8 junior, averaging 17.1. And Damian Ash, a 6'1 senior, averaging 10.7. Up front, Jeff Cahill, a 6'1 senior, averaging 6.2. And Doug Schultz, a 6'5 senior, averaging 16.5. Those are the lineups. Back with the opening tip-off after this 2-minute timeout on the Game of the Week. Okay, this place is just about ready to bust after the starting lineups, and we still have the national anthem to go, and we don't have very many seats. I see a couple up in the corners, and that's about it. And here is our national anthem. I tell you, Don, just looking up in the corners, I think we got more people than we had for the Kamiakin-Richland game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, these people are really, really ready for a great basketball game. This is a packed house. This is exciting. This is what Big 9 basketball is all about.
Okay, the officials out of the Tri-City Sports Officials Association, Mr. Rob Palmer and Mr. Dan Ivey. So here we go, the Bombers in gold with their new green swirl into these new uniforms. Pasco all in purple, trimmed in white, and here we go. First and second place, even a loss by the Bombers tonight, and they would still have a game up on the field for first place. Okay, it's Schultz at 6'5", and Trent 80 at 6'5", jumping for Pasco. Rob Palmer will do the honors. He'll throw the ball up, making sure everybody's ready. Here we go. It's a tough tip. It's going to be picked up. Finally, Schultz ends up with it for Richland. Gives it to Robertson. We're underway. Robertson out on front. Wants Ash to come and get it, but Thorne is on Ash. He can't get it to him. Now out to Bone, guarded by Fielding. Heron at 6'3" is on the 5'8" Robertson. Robertson down on the wing. It goes to Schultz, guarded by Godfrey Davis. Got around him, had it slapped loose underneath, but it's picked up by Bone. He horses it up, blocked by Davis. Cahill got it. He wants to horse it up, flips it out on side for a Robertson three. Jacked out of nowhere by Heron. There he goes, flying to the hoop for a lay-in. Unbelievable play. Pasco leads 2-0. Robertson into the forecourt. Robertson into the corner now to Cahill. We got a switch on out front. Here's a three by Schultz, short off the rim. 80 gets the rebound for Pasco and clears it to Heron. Kelly across the 10-second line, picked up by Bone. To the wing it goes to Fielding, guarded by Robertson. Out on top of the pass to Lucas Thorne, guarded by Ash. Looking, lob underneath. Davis got it, laid it in.
Yeah, nice execution by Pasco. Interesting strategy. Richland's taking Schultz outside, trying to draw Godfrey Davis away from the basket.
Okay, Bombers out of the backcourt. Schultz spots up from 18, in and out. The rebound, 80 got it again for Pasco. He clears it to Heron. Heron up court to Fielding up the right side. Out front now, Pasco settles in. Fielding looking for help. He made a bad pass, stolen away by Cahill. Goes one-on-one with Fielding for the lay-in, good, and he's fouled.
Yeah, big basket there by Richland. Richland offensively unable to get the shot down. They tried to take Schultz outside on the perimeter and draw Godfrey Davis away from the basket and to try and get a foul on him or free Schultz up. Wasn't working. I think look to maybe Coach Neal probably change that back up.
That makes it 4-2. Pasco and Cahill with a free throw coming here and try and complete the three-point play. Jeff Cahill, boy, they get all you can get out of that body. The shot is in and out, and Davis clears it for the Bulldogs. 6'1", and he plays a power forward, and he does it well. In the backcourt, Fielding and Robertson. Contact, but no foul. Fielding brings it into the forecourt. Bounce pass to the wing, goes to Heron. There's the lob to Godfrey for the lay-in. Good.
Just what Richland needs. Get Godfrey the ball on the block. Get him some points. Get him in the game.
6-2 Pasco. Robertson out of backcourt. Heron's on him. He dishes to Schultz. Goes into the lane all the way for the left-handed lay-in. Good. 6-4 Pasco. Here's a zone press on in the backcourt. Heron passes ahead to Fielding. Out of the backcourt. Quick 3-on-2. Dishes into the corner. 80 goes baseline. Lost it. Grabbed it back. Flipped it out. Ash after it, and he knocked it out of bounds at his own bench.
Yeah, interesting of Richland coming out showing a little zone press, something we haven't seen from them much this year.
Yeah, they like that full court man press, but that time they tried to surprise him, but Pasco passed it over the top into the forecourt. Out on top, Fielding's got it off the inbound. Low it goes to Godfrey Davis. He turns, passes out to Thorne, fakes the three, steps inside. Good helping defense. Thorne with a dribble still going out to Heron. He goes baseline, hands underneath to 80 for a dunk.
Super play by Heron, took the ball baseline, drew the help, made the nice pass to 80.
8-4 Pasco. In the front court, Robertson gives it off to Ash now. They got a double high, and then they go low. They try and set the stack down below for Robertson. Ash can't find him. He drives, pulls up, shoots from the foul line, short off the rim. 80 corrals the rebound for the Bulldogs. That's at least 3 rebounds for 80 already. Heron trying to get around Bone into the forecourt. Finally makes it. Bounce pass to the wing to Thorne. Low post to Davis again, working on Schultz. Jumps a pass off of Cahill and out of bounds. It belongs to Pasco. They have 5:04 to go in the first quarter, and Pasco is leading 8-4. Heron to inbound in front of the Bomber bench. Gets it in out front to Fielding now. Comes across the court. Gives it to Heron on the left wing. Looking low. Out top to 80 to Heron. Heron looks for Fielding popping up. There he is. Fakes the three. Off the dribble. Shoots from the foul line. Off the rim. No good. 80 have a piece of it, but Ash grabbed it. Here come the Bombers in transition. 3-on-3. Ash a long three over Thorne. Good.
Boy, he's picking up where he left off last Saturday against Samayac.
I tell you, Thorne had a hand right in his face, and he still knocked it down. 8-7. Pasco beats the press over the top of the pass to 80. Back to Thorne. He's on the wing right side now. As Bombers stayed with that zone press, high post to 80. 80 looking low to Godfrey. Got it to him on the block. Turns, turnaround jumper. Blocked by Schultz, but they called a foul for pushing on Schultz.
Pasco definitely trying to take the ball to Godfrey, try and challenge Schultz, see if they can't get him in foul trouble, working a little high-low game. Looked like a pretty good check by Schultz there, but they called him with a body.
Well, last time the two teams played, neither Davis nor Schultz could stop each other on defense. So here's Godfrey to the line for two. He only shoots 50%, and Pasco is an atrocious free throw shooting team, only 58% on the year. Godfrey's first one good. By contrast, Don, Richland shooting at 72%, so if we get down the stretch, that could be a factor.
Pasco being very effective in their half court, being able to handle their pressure and get into their offense.
Godfrey with another one coming. It's off the rim, no good. The rebound is Schultz. And Schultz clears it to Robertson. Richland down 2 into the forecourt with 4:18 to go in the first. Left wing it comes to Schultz. Out on top to Cahill. Found Robertson in the corner against Herron. Goes low with it to Schultz. He works on Davis. Had it poked loose from out of bounds by 80. With a good helping defense.
Yeah, they tried to run a little down screen for Robertson. Played two-man game with Robertson and Schultz. Nice defense by Pasco.
4 corners around the paint for Richland in the forecourt. And Robertson passes out on top to Bone. Looks, he's got Robertson in the corner. Can't get it to him, so he drives the middle. Beats Cahill. Lets a man fly by. Out to Damien for a 3. Good, in and out. And the rebound is by 80, and he's fouled by Bone.
80 really being active on the boards here tonight.
Now, that's one of the things you were talking about before the game, is that he needs to have a night against Richland.
Yeah, he's the type of player that could have a night, particularly if Godfrey gets offensive threat. He's going to draw a lot of attention. He could get free for some shots.
Okay, Pasco inbounds it to Thorne. Richland staying with his own press. They trap Thorne. They hack him. Bone gets it, makes the lay-in. Frank Lahardo wanted a foul bad that time. That ties the game at 9. Here it is, the pressure again. They get it to Herron. Cross court and forecourt. It comes to Fielding. Fielding drives, pulls for a 12-footer, missed it. Great pressure by Schultz and Ash that time. Here comes Ash out of the backcourt. Chance for the Bombers to take the lead. Ash on the wing, down to the wing. It goes to Robertson on the drive against Herron. Into the lane. He dishes back out to Ash. Ash, bounce pass top of the circle to Cahill. Picked up by 80. This one.
Well, we seem to be experiencing some difficulties here. We'll try to get Frank back on the line in just a moment.
The scenario? Tax information medical.
Mr. Lucas Thorne, who
That tied the game.
Richland's ball is John Spores in the game now, replacing Bone, and Nate Collins is in for Pasco. As they find Schultz down low.
Yeah, excellent pass underneath. They tried to switch off on Robertson. Did a nice job spotting him.
Here's the zone press. Fielding gets rid of it to Herron, not across the timeline yet. Stop short. And then down underneath. Schultz pulls up straight away, jumper from the foul line, no good, an 80 rebound. And then he lost it, but Collins picked it up for Pasco. 13-11 is the score
In favor
of the Bombers as Herron misses a jump shot with a rebound by Godfrey Davis into the lane. He puts it up, it won't go. He tips it. He gets the rebound for Richland. Out of the backcourt comes Spore. Pulls up on Fielding, trying to get around him. Now he's looking for help, but he's fouled by Fielding. Second foul on Fielding.
Yeah, this press by Richland, I think, has really kind of taken Pasco a little bit by surprise, kind of forced them a little bit out of their offense, forcing kids to do some things that they're not quite ready for, prepared for, and Pasco needs to kind of settle down and get their roles back established against the press.
Okay. It's going to be Godfrey Davis going out. Ryan Tippett comes in, and Chad Sugden comes in. We'll set the lineups for you momentarily. Inbounds, it comes out to Eric Buck, who's in there for Richland. To Robertson. Corner to Buck. Pasco zoning now. Looks like a 2-3 zone. To Schultz. They double team him. Back out to Robertson. Pops the quick 18-footer. Good. First two for Neal. Richland leads by 4, 15-11 with a minute 15 remaining in the half. Long down court pass. Nice one to Tippett. Fakes, and they call it for a walk. He shuffled his feet.
Yeah, Pasco's down to the bench right here.
And here we're going to get a Pasco timeout. Timeout on the court. 1:12 to go. The first, let's take a 30-second break with a score. Richland 15, Pasco 11.
Here we
Gymnasium in Richland. Frank Murray along with Don Manili as the Richland Bombers lead at 15-11. And boy, John, Pasco going to some substitutions here to try and stop Schultz inside.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get some fresh bodies in there. Mike does a lot of rotation. He wants to get some kids in the game. They got to settle down here offensively and handle the press.
Robertson in the front court. He's in there with Bud Cahill, Coleman, and Spoor down the lane. Robertson makes the
Spectacular layup. It looked like he had no place to go with it. So he threw two guys and spun it off the glass.
80 gets the foul. Robertson makes it 17-11 now as the Bombers, Pasco once had a 4-point lead and the ball. Now they're down 6. And Robertson shooting to go ahead by 7 points here for Richland as Brian Holtgren comes in and Trent 80 goes out. Holtgren, a 6'4" junior. So here's Neal on the line. He has 4 points, trying for 5. And it's good. Okay, 18-11. 7 straight points for Richland. A minute to go in the half. Against the pressure, they get in the front court to Heron. Under to Tippett. Fakes Buck off his feet. Shoots up and goes. 18-13. 48 seconds in the period. Robertson guarded by Heron. Richland trying to set screens away as the pass comes to the wing to Spoor. Low to Cahill. Got inside. Looks cross court and goes. Oh, he threw it in the Pasco bench. And as the turnover gives it to the Bulldogs with 37 seconds to play.
Yeah, super defense by Pasco that time. They really played hard on that possession. Broke the press nicely last time. Gave them a little offensive security and momentum.
Okay, in against the pressure, and they're back in man now, it looks like. Man pressure. Collins brings it into the forecourt. He's in there with Sugden, Heron, Holtgren, and Tippett. Sugden drives, gives out to Holtgren, right corner. Collins fakes the 3, doesn't go up with it. 24 seconds. Nice little lob underneath the Tippett. Fakes, wants to put it up, finally reloads, puts it up and in and out. And the rebound by Cahill. He clears it to Buck up the left side. 16 seconds in the quarter. Richland probably go for one shot here. Buck around Collins to the right wing, all the way to the hole, puts it up in the move. Good.
Super job right there, establishing position and creating a charge. Enabling Pasco to get a last shot here in the quarter.
9 seconds to go. They may get the last shot, but here comes the Bomber pressure. Heron inbounding in the backcourt. A long baseball pass to Holtgren. He got it. He laid it up and missed it. Rebound tipped around. Out to Sugden with 5 seconds to go. Sugden to Heron. A long 3. No good at the buzzer. The end of one. We take 60 with the score. It is Richland 18.
Okay, back we are. Frank Murray and Don Manili. 18-13 Richland as we start the second quarter, Don. Yeah, Godfrey Davis and Pasco pulled their bench out there, went to their bench and enabled Neal to rest Schultz there even with 1 foul. Both teams back with their starters ready to go at them. And Robertson steals from Fielding. He drives for the lay-in, good.
20-13 Bombers. Pasco against the pressure again. That's killed them here in the first half so far. Just what we expected. They'd have to handle the pressure. So far, they haven't. Heron's got the ball out front, guarded by Bone, who's back in. Heron shoots from 17 and hits. Nice little pull-up jumper.
Nice play by Pasco. Around a screen and roll on top for Heron. Get him loose offensively.
Early second quarter. Richland by 5. Robertson into the forecourt. Heron on him. They screen down. Schultz pops up. Got it top of the circle. On the drive, off the dribble. Shoots over Godfrey, and it's in and out and stays out. And 80 tipped the ball out of bounds. Interesting alignment because of this so-called tournament, or not tournament, but game arch rivalry thing they've instituted where the students sit on the same side, not together, but they're only separated by an aisle as opposed to on opposite sides of the court. Bombers inbound. Bone out front with it now. Out to Robertson. Schultz in the lane, picked up by 80. Left side Cahill, got 80 off his feet. Fed Schultz. Good. They back off, so he shoots and hits from 15. How do you back off him?
And Coach Fajardo trying to get his kids to be more aggressively defense and try and counter some of that Richland pressure with some of their own.
All right, Heron into the forecourt. Richland again by 7. Heron on the wing, drives the ball out on top now. Looks for Thorne, gives it to him right of the lane, guarded by Ash. Now Lucas drives the ball left of the lane. Ash still with him. Now to Heron. Richland a tough man. And Heron driving the ball, and he's fouled by Ash, who stuck the hand in there and gets his first of fourth team foul.
Boy, the Richland defensive pressure really taking its toll. Pasco really out of sync offensively, trying to survive on every pass.
22-15 Bombers. All right, Heron inbounding it, gets it in out front to Thorne, back to Heron. Pass is low, made a bad pass. Cahill saved it from going out of bounds for Richland. He made the play. Here come the Bombers up court again. They got Pasco on their heels. Robertson to Schultz. Schultz shoots over Godfrey from 18. Hits again.
Yeah, Richland continuing to take Godfrey Davis away from the basket, forcing him to guard Schultz away. He can't handle Schultz that far away.
24-15, Richland by 9. Less than 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Fielding gets a pick and gets the ball into the forecourt. High post to 80. He turns to the basket. From behind, they try and knock it loose, but they can't. 80 a dribble, then off to Thorne, but nothing is in sync. They're dropping the ball, and can't seem to move with it. Here's Heron driving left of the lane. Here instructions from Mike Guajardo to Fielding. Tried to go around Ash, put it up on the move. It doesn't go. Godfrey Davis couldn't get it. 80 got it, and he put it up, and he rolled it in.
Pasco trying to run a high-low set from 80 down to Godfrey. Richland totally taking them out of it with their pressure.
Out front, Robertson drives the paint. Pull-up fade away. Rolls off. No good. 80 cleared it for the Bulldogs. To Heron. 24-17 Richland. 5:20 to go in the first half. And glad you're with us over KONA. Pasco, Kennewick, Richland. Into the front court. The pass goes to the wing left side of Fielding. On top to Thorne. They got 80 at the high post. Davis at the low post. And Thorne with the dribble out front. Looking in for Davis, comes out on top instead to 80. Left corner to Heron. He's open for a long three, short off the rim. Rebound, Dash tipped it out, but Fielding got it, drives, and dishes out to Heron. He'll pop it again for three. It's off the rim again, no good. And the rebound run down by Robertson. Here come the Bombers into the forecourt after two long threes by Heron, would not go. Pass the wing right side to Ash, underneath to Schultz, working on Godfrey Davis. They collapse on him, and he's going to call a foul on Godfrey Davis.
Kelly Heron a little frustrated, had two really nice looks at those three-pointers, just wasn't able to get them down. He's a good shooter. He's going to hit those. He just needs to keep taking them.
Two on Godfrey Davis. And the ball will be inbounded by Ash from underneath. Got a tandem out front. Men at the block, and the pass comes way out front to Bone, to Schultz. Schultz passes into the lane to Cahill, breaking down for the lay-in. Boy, oh boy, that is too easy.
Yeah, Richland just doing a tremendous job executing in the half court.
And the Bombers lead by 9 again. Pasco's going to go to its bench as Thorne drives it in the front court, and Ash is caught leaning. That's 2 on Ash. Holtgren coming in and 80 going out.
Pasco been unable to have much impact defensively on what Richland's been able to do. Coach Guardo's trying to find the right combination here to try and give him a little spark.
Mike Guajardo giving an earful to Dan Ivey, and it comes as the Bulldogs inbounded the ball right in front of the Pasco bench. Here's Thorne, picked up by Ash. Looks, this one overplaying as usual. Heron driving, pull-up jumper from 18, off balance, no good. Godfrey got it, put it up, it's no good. Tip no good. Holt, wild scramble. Ash picked it up for the Bombers. Clears it to Robertson. Out of backcourt comes Neil Robertson now. Nate Collins going to check in at the next dead ball. Right wing, Schultz from 17 again, air ball. Rebound cleared by Fielding. That time Davis came flying at him. Fielding out of the backcourt. Richland up 9. Fielding on the drive to the baseline, then turns around, comes back out front to Thorne. 3:46 and a half. Richland 26, Pasco 17. Now to Heron. Heron with Bone on him, and giving him plenty of fits. Pasco wanted to push. There's a pick and roll. Bone knocked it loose. Schultz stole it. Now Ash across the 10-second line. Right wing, it comes to Robertson. Robertson picked up by Heron, drives, spins into the lane, scoops it up and in. Oh, great play by Neil Robertson.
Boy, what a super play by Robertson.
And that takes the Bombers to an 11-point lead. Heron inbounds the pass to Holtgren in the backcourt, just across the 10-second line. He brings it across, then back out to Heron now. Bombers are on fire here. Look, goes to the high post. Holtgren turning around, one dribble, loops into the corner to Fielding. Robertson's out and on there. Fielding comes out front, then drives to the lane, tried to hand the ball away. It's no good. Robertson knocked it out of bounds, almost saved it too. Boy, great job.
Pasco trying to run a little stationary 1-3-1 against this with Godfrey Davis low, trying to do some isolations. This one just unable, preventing them from doing what they want to do. I look for them to maybe go some more motion offensively.
Richland resting some starters now as Ash comes out, and Bone, Eric Buck's in the game, along with Spoor. Pasco brings Collins in, and Sugden, and they still got Fielding. Collins pops a three from the wing. It's no good, and the rebound's cleared by Cahill. Out to Spoor, Bombers on the run. Spoor pulls up, shoots, a pass off to the low post to Schultz, who turns. He got it stuffed from behind, and the foul is going to be on. Oh, they called an offensive foul on Schultz. Well, Michael Hardo's been lobbying pretty hard, and he caught one there.
Yeah, that was he was lobbying for one. He got one. The referee blew his whistle once, not real loud, and then blew it again. I think he made his mind up on the way to the foul to see what he was going to call.
Second foul on Schultz. So Pasco, which has been having trouble scoring, saves off that possession. They're still down 11 as Sugden negotiates against Spoor and brings the ball into the forecourt. Coleman's in there for Schultz now, as that was his second foul. High post, it goes to Holtgren. He turns, jumps the pass off to Sugden, who pops a three. That's no good. Collins fights and gets it inside, and he's fouled coming back up with it. Cahill's going to get the foul.
I think Coach Neal, recognizing how important Schultz is to his basketball team, recognizing when he fouled out against Jamaican last week, it really hurt him. Taking him out here with 2 fouls with 2 minutes left, recognizing he's got an 11-point lead, hoping he can maintain this lead with him on the bench.
Collins to the line for 2, and he hits the first. 28-18 the score. Richland leading with 2:18 to go.
Pasco may try and counter and really look to get the ball inside now.
Collins hit them both. Quick first half, 2:16 to go. Steve Potter, the Richland athletic director, will be our guest at halftime. So stay with us. There's a pass. They didn't have a good angle on it. Spoor threw it out of bounds. Tippett going to check in for Pasco, and Godfrey Davis will go out.
Richland tried to run a special that time. A little double screen for Robertson. Pasco, great defense, forced the ball to be thrown out of bounds.
Richland in the man pressure, and they come to jump in Collins, but he got it away to Sugden. Will bring it up one-on-one with Spoor. Off to the left wing goes Chad, into the corner to Fielding. Fielding on top to Collins. Would have had a look, but he lost the handle. Holtgren grabbed at the high post. It's Fielding in the corner for a triple. In and out, and it stays out. The rebound, we're going to get a push-off underneath, and it's going to be on one of the Bulldogs. It's on Holtgren.
And nice look at the basket that time for the three.
Excuse me. 5 team fouls on Pasco. Richland will face a little full court pressure against them here as they get it into Spoor. Minute 50 and a half. Richland leading by 9. Spoor. It's Fielding on him. To the wing it goes to Robertson, who's got it by Sugden right now. Out front to Buck. Buck trying to shake Collins. Drives, had it stripped loose and stolen by Sugden. Here's Pasco out of the backcourt. Sugden cuts to the top of the circle, bombs a three, and it's barely through the iron, but Tippett got it underneath, and he had it knocked out of bounds there by the Bombers, and Pasco will keep it.
Great defense that last time by Pasco. Coach Guajardo and Coach Shimmick over here trying to urge their group on to play aggressive defense and try and match Richland's intensity.
28-19 Bombers. Collins out front, fires to Fielding for a three. He's off again. The rebound. Holtgren comes up firing. He got it blocked. They called a held ball. And it's going to be out to Richland on the alternating possession.
Pasco doing a nice job on the boards. You can see the impact of Schultz not being in there, but they got the jump on the ball.
In it comes to Robertson. Nearly lost it. Grabbed it back. Sugden's man-to-man on him now. And he did steal it from Robertson. Sugden pulls up for a 17-footer short. Oh, not a good. That's the second time he's done that. And he's, boy, oh boy, nobody underneath. Particularly when you're trailing by 9. Robertson goes to the foul line. His shot's off the rim, no good. Comes back to Spoor. He goes down and hooks the pass back out to Cahill. Doesn't want to shoot it back to Spoor. Wanted to go baseline, held off there by Fielding. Out to Buck it comes, and Buck got around Sugden, and there's a bump foul by Collins.
Boy, Sugden and Robertson really competing hard and going after each other. Robertson, after he had the steal taken away from him, brought the ball down the floor and challenged Sugden and tried to make the jumper, but couldn't get it.
In contrast to the last game when Pasco had 10 threes, they have none so far tonight. Kevin Culp comes in to replace Fielding, who's also had poor luck shooting from the three-point stripe. Pass comes inbounds to Robertson. Robertson out between the circles. It goes to Spoor. See if they run it down for one now with 42 seconds to go in the half. Richland leading 28-19. That's exactly what they're going to do, as Pasco's in a 2-3 zone, and they're going to apparently stay in it and give Richland the last shot, leading by 9. And they'll just hold it here. What do you think they'll do with Schultz out of there. The option seems to be basically just Robertson, huh?
Yeah, and I think Coach Neal's pretty pleased with this right now. He's got a 9-point situation. He's got his hands on the ball. Schultz is only 2 fouls.
He hands it off to Spohr. Here goes the cut by Robertson. He's hanging around down low. 10 seconds on the clock. Breaks to the right corner. They pass the other way to Buck for a 3. Good. There's Collins. 1 second. He won't get the shot off. The first half ends. We take a 2-minute timeout. It's all Bombers at the half. Richland 31, Pasco 19. Those Lions have been really hot lately, so this is not surprising that they're ahead by 14 at the half over the Cadets. With us here at halftime is Richland Athletic Director Steve Potter, and 31-19 Richland. Don, some interesting stats. Richland hitting 14 of 24 for 58%. Pasco 8 of 26 for 31%, and the Bulldogs were 0 for 8 from the three-point line.
I think the answer to that, one of the big reasons is just Richland defensive pressure. I think they came out in that press. The pressure they applied in that press really took Pasco out of sync. Then they got out of it and went to half-court pressure man, and Pasco was just never able to adjust. I think Pasco tried to get the ball inside to Godfrey Davis and attack Schultz and get him in foul trouble. They were able to do it the first 2 times down the floor. Richland adjusted to continue to apply the pressure. Really took Pasco out of that. Offensively, Richland's just really been impressive. Robertson 9 points, Schultz 8 points. They've been able to, on offense, to be able to do just about anything they wanted to do, really execute, and just came out and really dominated that first half. Pasco has to change their plan a little bit, pick it up defensively to get back into this.
Same starters that started the game. Pasco with the ball in the alternating possession. Of course, Eric Buck's three-pointer right at the end of the half made it 31-19. That's where we are. Kelly Herron with the ball on the wing, drives, dishes low to Davis, puts it up and rolls it in over Doug Schultz.
Pasco came right out, attacked him in the same set. Nice play by Godfrey Davis.
31-21 is Robertson against man pressure, takes the ball to the foul line, then backs up, brings it back outside now. Has Herron on him, looks for Ash in the corner, got him there, fakes the 3 on the drive, then backs away with the dribble all the way out on top now. Now to Schultz on the perimeter. Low post to Cahill. Back out to Schultz, driving on Davis. Got shut off. Out to Cahill. Went off his shoulder, but he retrieved it at the sideline. Gives out front to Robertson now. Shouts out the play to Ash. Ash goes down low. The screen pass comes to Bone on the right wing now. And Bone driving on Fielding. He got inside him for a reverse lay-in. Oh, that's poor defense, giving him the baseline like that.
Bone. Yeah, super job. Richland again took Schultz out high, took Godfrey away from the basket. Nobody there to help.
Pasco having trouble, but they get it in the front court. Fielding with the wing right. Low post to Godfrey. Double team, shoots anyway. It went in, and he got fouled. Godfrey Davis.
Boy, Godfrey's coming out here really possessed. He wants the basketball. He wants to play. Doing a great job at the start of this half.
And 3 fouls on Schultz now with 6:54 to go in the third. Fielding comes out of the game, and Nate Collins quickly back in. The lead is 10 for Richland, and Godfrey Davis to the line with a chance to complete the three-point play.
I think Coach Fajardo recognizes if he can get Schultz in foul trouble, he's really got a chance. He's done a fine job so far.
He went clank off the rim with the free throw, and the rebound cleared by the Bombers. Bone in the forecourt. Out front it goes to Ash. Ash to Thorne. Ash on the drive against Thorne, got around him, and he pushed him. And on Thorne, that's foul number 1.
I think Coach Fajardo trying to challenge his kids a little bit defensively, trying to get them to go up and play the same kind of pressure. Richland's got really good athletes. You got to be careful pressuring them that far away.
Now Thorne's going to change with Collins. Collins will take Ash. Collins is quicker than Thorne, and Thorne will be on Bone. All right. Inbounds, Ash looking. Passes into the corner to Schultz. Pass out on the high post is intercepted by Herron for Pasco. Drives it down the left sideline. The front court falls down. Bone got called for a foul. I don't think he'd have called for a foul except that Herron fell down.
Yeah, I think falling down really drew attention to the fact Coach Fajardo also came out, had a talk with the referees before the half, really wanted to try and take some of the hand checking Richland did away.
Pasco ball trailing by 10. Herron corner to Thorne, and Richland's in his zone now. Thorne back out to Herron. Herron loops it cross court, right corner to Collins. Comes up firing. In and out. Rebound, Thorne got it on the other side. Pasco retains possession. Bulldogs haven't made a 3 yet. Herron, the lob underneath to Davis. Pump fake, stripped loose by Damian, and he got fouled by Davis. Nice play by Damian Ash, and Godfrey picks up the foul.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Richland stays in that zone. Pasco's got some shooters.
But as yet, they really haven't connected, so until they do.
That's true. They're going to make them.
There's Robertson out of the backcourt, 33-23 Bombers, 6:10 to play in the third. Corner goes to Asher, comes the three over Collins, off the back rim, high rebound, controlled by Davis for Pasco. And he's going to dribble it out of the backcourt himself. Godfrey all the way to the foul line and dishes to Thorne on the wing. Out front to Heron now. Looking low to Godfrey, they've got him front and back. Cross against the zone for Thorne, or for Collins, and he hits a three. They passed it over the top of the zone, and Collins hits Pasco's first three of the game, and that cuts the 13-point lead to 7. Here's Robertson on the drive, dishing to Schultz in the wing. Fakes, got Godfrey in the air, drives and shoots over 80, no good. Got his own rebound, comes up firing, blocked by 80, got it back and made a lay-in.
Schultz just has tremendous body control inside.
35-26. Trent 80's eye, I think, is bleeding, and he wants the timeout. Pasco has it in front court. Here's Lucas Thorne driving, looking for help, dishing out front to Heron. Heron in the corner, Thorne at three. Good! Thorne, he's saying he's got an injured player, but they won't stop play. Cahill has his shot blocked. Thorne gets the rebound. He clears it to Heron. Heron into the forecourt. Apparently 80's okay. He's got the ball, dishes into the corner, out to Thorne. Bounce pass to Heron. Back into the left corner to Collins. He jacks the three. Good again. That's 3 threes for Pasco, and it cuts the lead to 3. Yes. Richland calls a timeout, and the Bulldogs are right back in the game. Let's take a 30-second break. 4:35 to go in the third, and the score now. Richland 35, Pasco 32. 5:32, and as we mentioned, Trent 80 was not hurt. He had a lost contact, and as you mentioned, during that melee, Pasco made 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, Richland's gone to that zone to try and protect Schultz, keep him from getting that fourth foul. Richland's got some shooters. They got their stroke going. They hit some 3-point shots. Force Richland at a timeout. We'll see if they come out and go back to man-to-man.
Brian Holtgren comes in for Pasco. He's in there with Heron, Thorne, Collins, and Davis. Richland with Schultz, Cahill, Robertson, Ash, and Bone. Are you surprised that he's electing to play Schultz with the third foul here in the third?
Yeah, I think he just realizes how valuable he is. He's trying to hold off Pasco right here.
That's right. Here's Bone into the forecourt. His Pasco applied pressure, but he couldn't do anything with it. Brings it back out front. Bone gives it to Robertson. Picked up by Heron. 35-32 Richland. 4:25 to go in the third. Ash around the right wing looking for Schultz. Comes to Robertson. Stop and go down the lane. Pass right back to him for the lay-in. No good. Davis rebounds for Pasco. He's going to take it around. Bone collision. No call. Godfrey up the right side. The coaches want him to stop and give it up to a guard. He finally gets it out to Ford. Down to Heron. A long three. Off the rim short. Oh, that was a real long three. Mike Guardo not happy with that shot. Out of the backcourt, Robertson. 4 minutes to go as Damian fires a three and in.
Super shot by Damian Ash. Change the momentum back.
The 6-point lead. In the backcourt, Heron against pressure from Bone. Down court he comes. Heron goes baseline, shoves it to Holtgren. His pass checked away by Robertson. Collins got it for 3, and he's in and out. Holtgren tips it up and in. 38-34. Pasco's pressure is a little relaxed now as they bring it into the forecourt. Schultz started to drive on Godfrey, trying to get around him, can't, has to shove it out to Cahill on the wing left side. Now it's low to Schultz on Davis. Fakes. He had it stripped loose by Thorne. Taken underneath by Bone. Looks for help. He's used up the dribble. Now he shoots it up and makes a lay-in.
Super job by Bone, maintaining presence of mind down there to shoot the layup.
40-34. Richland by 6. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Heron out of backcourt. Heron's pass is knocked loose, stolen by Robertson. In transition. He's 3-on-4. He pulls up. They leave Malone a tray. In and out. And the rebound knocked away. Picked up by Holtgren. Holtgren clears it to Heron with 2:48 to go in the third. Kelly up against Bone. Brings it out of the backcourt. Heron motions Collins to go through on that wing. Heron with the dribble going. Low post pass to Godfrey. He works on Schultz, lays it up and missed it. And the rebound is fought for, and Cahill gets it. He had a lay-in from 2 inches. Godfrey's really breathing hard. He's tired. Ash into front court. Richland still by 6 now. Trying to drive. He puts it up on the move, does Damian. It's no good. Godfrey the oh, Schultz! He came over the back. You know, I was was wondering if he was going to get it on this end, and boy, that was kind of blatant there almost, and he picks up his 4th foul as he tried to come over Godfrey Davis.
Yeah, he almost
they were going to sub for him at that moment.
Yeah, they had a sub wait for him to come in. He almost picked up an over and back foul the last time down the court, but they didn't call it. He was definitely over the back. That's really unfortunate for Richland.
Oh, lots of subs in now as Eric Buck is in for Richland. John Spore's in along with Coleman. Pasco has Collins. Tippett, long lead pass to 80. Knocked loose by Coleman, and he saved it from going out of bounds. Here come the Bombers leading by 6, 2:12 to go in the third. Corner to Buck. He's wide open for a 3. Off the rim and goes over the backboard. It's out to Pasco. Let's check the lineups. Pasco with Holmgren, Collins, Tippett, 80, and Sugden. Richland with Spore, Robertson, Buck, Coleman, and Cahill. Robertson and Cahill have not been out of the game tonight. Out of the backcourt with it comes Sugden. Sugden off to Collins, 1:58 in the third. Richland by 6. Sugden picked up by Robertson on the left wing. Chad out front with a pass to Tippett. Doesn't shoot it. Gives to Holmgren. 80 wanted the ball, but they didn't give it to him. Collins has it. A 3. Good.
That was super execution by Pasco. We haven't seen that all night.
3 threes in this quarter for Collins. He cuts the Richland lead to 3 again. 1:34 to go in the third. Robertson right wing to Buck. Looking low to Coleman. He got it to Andrew. The sophomore turns with it. Brings it out up to the center line. 80's all over him. Pass out to Robertson. A quick 3. In and out. The rebound knocked loose. Buck got it for Richland. Bombers retain possession. Richland's starting to get a little out of control at times, a little early offense here. They want to settle it down into Cahill. He turns on Holmgren. Back to Robertson. His shot. Check from behind, but a foul is called on Collins. Michael Hardo right at the bench here, wondering why Rob Palmer saw it from across the court, I guess, and Dan Ivey underneath couldn't see it. But I think that was back was to Ivey.
What we're seeing right now is the effect of Schultz being out of the game offensively. Sophomore that came in is a nice player, but he's just not an offensive threat. Richland looking to Robertson is out basically their only offense at that point.
He shoots the first one up and good. He has 10 points. That's his first point in this period. And you're right, he's really the only offense in there right now. And the best thing that they want is for him to go to the foul line.
Yeah, you got to give Coach Gordo a lot of credit for staying with his game plan and going with Godfrey Davis to get him in foul trouble.
He made them both 42-37 Richland, and Robertson's going to get a break for the first time in the game as Bone comes back in with 1 minute and 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Pasco inbounds in the backcourt to Collins. He had it knocked loose. He got it back. Now he's used up the dribble. He shovels it across to 80, nearly over and back, but it wasn't. To Sugden down the right wing. Gets it to 80 at the high post. 80. Drives the ball underneath. Nice pass. No, there was a foul prior to the pass on Andrew Coleman, his first and Richland's 4th.
Yeah, with Godfrey out of the game, last 2 possessions, Pasco's went to a motion offense and really looked good. Got in flow, freeing some people up for a nice shot.
Shoe tying is what the delay is right now. Don't forget the 5th quarter after the game with the winners. Sugden to inbound from underneath. Wanting to lob in the middle to 80, instead gives to Holmgren. He fires from 17. He hits. The lead is 3 again, 42-39 out of the backcourt. Bone on the drive. Mark brings it back outside now to Cahill. Cahill doesn't put it to the dribble. 5-second count on, so he drives and then dishes to Bone. Up and under. His shot checked by Holmgren, but it comes out front. It's grabbed by Coleman. Picked off by Buck, who looks at the bench. 25 seconds, he'll go for 1 shot. Richland leading by 3. Now to Spore. Picked up by Sugden. Pasco straight man. Spore out front looking for help. He's used up the dribble. Count is on. Not 5, though. They're down to 13 seconds on the game clock. In the third quarter, out front Cahill, 10 seconds to go. Looks for help. Looks for help. Finally gives to Buck. Looks at the clock. 5 seconds. He's their shooter. Leans into a 15-footer. No good. Rebound. Coleman up. Good. Andrew Coleman at the buzzer. That's 2 buzzer beaters in the last 2 quarters for Richland. We go to the 4th. Let's take a 60-second break. It's Richland 44, Pasco 39. 44-39, and they're going to leave Schultz out for now, Don.
Yeah, Pasco brought Godfrey Davis back. He's going to try and keep Schultz out as long as he can. We'll see if Pasco can take advantage inside with Godfrey offensively.
Bomber ball to start the 4th quarter. Ash out front with it to Robertson now. Neal with Sugden on him. Goes corner to Damian. Pasco's in man-to-man. Out top to Bone. Bone picked up by Holmgren. Left wing it goes to Ash. Looking low to Cahill. Corner to Coleman. Now back outside to Ash. 44-39 Richland. Here's Bone on their drive, dishes behind to Robertson, has an open three, and it's in and out. The rebound underneath. Cahill missed it. It's batted around. 80 had it, lost it, but Collins got it for Pasco. Up the right side comes Collins. Collins, pass underneath, nice lob to Davis, lays it in.
Super recognition by Collins of seeing the mismatch, getting the ball to him.
It's a three-point game again. Richland leading. They led by 13 at the half. Out of the backcourt it comes. 12 at the half. It comes to Ash. He steps around Collins, pumps over Collins from 12. Oh, what a shot by Damian Ash!
Super shot by Ash off the dribble.
46-41. Bombers by 5 again. Pasco in front court. Sugden with it. Sugden drives. Dishes to Collins on the wing. Richland's back man-to-man. Out on top, Holtgren. Right wing it goes to Sugden. Sugden looking low. High post to 80. Puts it to the floor. Hits Holtgren. Short 10-footer. Banks it in. 46-43. That's a classic. 6:36 to play. Into the front court with it now comes Robertson. Leaves it off for Ash out front. Damian. To Robertson, a quick three over Godfrey. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound knocked loose. Ash has it out front. Yes, he retains possession. Batted loose, grabbed it back. Out to Robertson, a long triple. In and out. The rebound, Holtgren for Pasco, and he's fouled by Ash. Third on Ash. 15 foul on the Bombers.
Coach Fajardo really trying to force his Bulldogs to play with a lot of pressure, try and match Pasco's intensity. Pasco's got a lot of bench. They can use a lot of kids. Richland trying to counter with a lot of players. Both teams getting a little fatigued. We'll see who can hold up down the stretch.
Schultz back in, Coleman out. Also, Thor is in and Bone is out. And for Pasco, Heron is in and Collins is out. Heron with the dribble into the front court. Richland leading by 3. 6:08 to play in the game. Holtgren low post to Davis. Fake shoots over Cahill and hits. It's a one-point game with 6 minutes to go. Out of the backcourt with it now comes Neil Robertson. Corner it goes to Ash. Ash looking for the cutter. Schultz got it to him. Looks, wants to drive on Davis. He falls down, stolen away by Sugden. There's a lead pass. Who's there? Robertson got it for Richland, and he's clobbered by Holtgren. Pasco again out of control after making the good. They exert that energy on defense to get the ball and then just as ferociously throw it away.
Yeah, trying to make a quick strike, kicked it out there in front. Robertson, great acceleration, ran it down. Saved that Pasco fast break.
Good job by Robertson. And they're mopping up the perspiration where he and Holtgren collided.
Schultz is back in the game, but he's not guarding Godfrey Davis. He's guarding Cahill.
Right. Or not Cahill, but 80.
80, yes.
Okay, Richland ball leading by 1. Robertson bringing it up court against Heron. 5:35 to go in the game. Robertson corner it goes. Here's Schultz from 17. Yes! 48-45 Richland. Sugden having trouble getting it in. Finally gets it into Heron. He's picked up by Spoor with the left hand. Kelly brings it across the timeline now. Started right, came back to the left, all the way to the corner. Stop and go, pull up 10-footer, off the rim, no good. Players fall down. It's kicked out, headed out of bounds. Robertson saves it. It's picked off by Ash for Richland. Ash, and we're going to get a walk. He got pushed, and Phil Neal is really upset. Ash got pushed, and that's why he walked.
Yeah, there was a couple travels they could have called on both teams there. Both teams just playing extremely hard. Both crowds are into it. Just a tremendous game.
Collins back into the game, and Sugden goes out. So Pasco with Collins, 80, Davis, Holtgren, and Heron. Richland has Schultz, Cahill, Robertson, Ash, and Spoor.
Coach Fajardo trying to get his team to recognize that Godfrey Davis has really been able to handle him, have some patience, get the ball into him.
He's 6'8", Cahill 6'1". Of course, they're sagging back on there when they have the opportunity. But Schultz is on 80 instead with those 4 fouls that Schultz has. Collins out front with a dribble. Great pressure by Richland. He gets the pass to the wing to Heron. Underneath to Godfrey. He turns, horses it up. It doesn't go. Rebound. Davis lays it in. So 1-point lead again. 15 for Godfrey Davis. 4:46 to go in the game. Richland 48, Pasco 47. Bombers into the forecourt. Here's Robertson on the drive by Heron. Checked by Heron. Underneath, Robertson got it. Hits Schultz on the baseline. Out to Spoor. Trying to get around. Collins can't do it. Low to Schultz. He wheels. That is stripped by 80. Schultz got it back. He lays it up. It was checked by 80, and that time he got a foul. Just the opposite. I think the last one was the foul, and he got the clean check this time, but they got it right, essentially.
Yeah, Schultz trying to reach and step through. Pasco trying to surround him. Might have got hit the time before. Boy, both teams playing extremely hard defensively.
They're leaving it all out there in a crowd of nearly 4,800 capacity on hand. Richland leading by 1. Schultz gets 2 free throws. Hasn't been to the line tonight. He has 12 points in the game. And Doug will take his time on the line. Takes that big step with the left foot. Big bend to the knees, and the shot is in. Hung on the rim and fell through. 2-point Bomber lead. We have exactly 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the game. Schultz ready with another one. Big bend. The 6'5 senior up. Off the back rim. Collins got the long rebound. In backcourt, lets the traffic fly by. Flips it up the left side to Heron. Pasco can tie. Heron goes baseline for the lay-in. No good. Godfrey Davis put it up and in. The game is tied.
Godfrey Davis has just been all over the board.
He's got 8 points in this quarter. 17 in the game. Robertson, a jumper that is no good from 18. Godfrey Davis with a rebound. The game is tied, and Pasco has the ball with 4:05 to go. Godfrey Davis across the 10-second line now. He never did give up the ball. He's still got it out front. He wants to drive on Schultz. Now he pulls up high post to 80. 80 turns. Takes the dribble. Then dishes to Holker on the wing. Low to 80. He's got inside position. He lays it in, and Pasco takes the lead. 51-49 Bulldogs with 3:40 to go. Robertson got a lot of pressure on him to score tonight. Into the front court. He hasn't scored a field goal in the second half, and the Bombers call for timeout, and you can hear the Pasco crowd going nuts. Let's take a 30-second break. 3:34 to go. Pasco 51. Fifth-ranked Richland 49. Here's a timeout situation. Richland with 2 left, Pasco with 3. And Don, really since Schultz has been back in the game, he's got 3 points, but really hasn't seemed to be as big a part of the offense.
No, Pasco's recognized that Godfrey Davis is just on fire, wants the ball down inside. Richland's unable to defend him with Schultz. Cahill's been trying to guard him. They just done a super job of their personnel recognizing and getting correct angles and getting him the ball. Defensively, Richland's been unable to do anything with respect to stopping him. Offensively, Richland now has to get back into flow. Robertson has been kind of silent for a long time. He needs to get his legs back underneath him and get a nice throw.
Four gets it into Ash. Fakes the 3. Steps inside for a 3. Good! And Richland leads again. Damian Ash has been sensational. He has 11. 52-51 Bombers, 3:24 to play. In it comes to Heron. Heron drives it into the forecourt. Heron out front with the ball now. Davis way down inside. Schultz is now on Godfrey Davis. Heron's pass deflected, but Holtgren picked it up. Went behind his back, top of the circle. Lob underneath to Godfrey Davis behind the board. Put it up, no good. We're going to get a foul, and it's going to be on Schultz. Is it on Schultz? Let's check and see. No, it's on Cahill. Ooh. Cahill gets number 2. Godfrey Davis will go to the line. I think he called it shooting. Yeah, they did. 2 shots. Boy, Damian Ash, and I think they recognize that Damian is shooting better than Robertson is tonight.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Richland. Damian Ash has really shot the ball well tonight. They ran a nice play for him there. Get a nice look at the basket. Pasco, when they have to get the ball to Godfrey, they must create an angle for him, and they're trying to get the ball down on the wing. Richland's trying to take away from that. Coach Guajardo working the referees, trying to keep their hands off, trying to create a foul for him.
There's Godfrey at the line. He's 1 out of 3, only shooting 50% on the year, and the first one is in and out, back in. That ties the game at 52 with 3:05 remaining. Boy, oh boy. Full house at Jay Wall, and the score is tied. Life can't get any better. Davis on the second one, no good, and we're still tied. Here's Spohr. Drives the ball out of the backcourt. Off to the wing he goes. Out front, he's got it to Schultz with 2:58 to go. And Spohr holding the ball out front, picked up by Collins. Looks for Schultz going to the corner, got it low to Cahill on Godfrey, fakes, lays it up, and he missed it. Rebound, Davis tipped it loose, it's grabbed by Heron. Long pass to 80 underneath, he can't shoot, had to save it. Out to Holtgren, a 3, off the back rim, long rebound grab by Heron. Underneath to 80, turns, puts it up and in. Pasco by 2, 54-52, 2:30 to go in the game. Robertson out of the backcourt. Hart. Picked up by Heron. Looks to Sport, gives it to him at the wing. Way out near the sideline. Now John bringing the ball out front. Setting the screens underneath, and here comes Ash popping to the wing to get the ball. Now on top to Robertson. He's got the open three. Off the rim, no good. Schultz got the rebound and laid it up and missed it. Davis kept the rebound around and loose. We're going to get a foul called on Holtgren against Schultz. Holtgren picks up the foul. Pasco's not over the limit unless they called a two-shot foul. 80 came up limping there, and Thorne will go into the game. No, that's not. It's going to be an inbounds play for Richland. He wasn't shooting.
Robertson really kind of frustrated with himself right now. They ran a nice special for him, got him a wide open three at the top of the circle, just couldn't get it down. Tremendous offensive rebound by the Bombers.
Richland will inbound. That's 16 fouls on Pasco, so it will not be a bonus yet.
Not a bonus.
Okay. And referee Dan Ivey saying he was on the ground. We do not have a shooting foul, and since they're not over the limit, Bomber ball out underneath. Four corners around the paint, and Robertson, the fire end, gets it into the corner to Schultz. Schultz out on top. There's Damien, a three over Heron. No good. That hit only the backboard. Davis clears it for Pasco. To Collins. Pasco with a 2-point lead in the ball, a minute 58 to go. But can they withstand the Richland pressure? Robertson fouls Nate Collins, and Collins will go to the line with 1 and 1. First foul on Robertson in the game. 1:54 remaining. Here's Mike Rihardo asked how many timeouts he had left. Here's Collins, who tonight has 2 out of 2 from the line, and those key 3 3-pointers in the third quarter to bring Pasco back. He has the 1 and 1, 67% on the year. The shot is no good. The rebound cleared by Cahill. And the journeyman forward gives the ball off to Spohr. Here come the Bombers. Pasco had an excellent opportunity, could not convert. Now Robertson in court. They're down just 2 with a minute 41 to play. Robertson around the left side on the corner. Damien can't get the 3 off. He goes low to Schultz, who turns on Davis, lays it up and in. Schultz ties the game at 54. A minute 33 to go. Pasco in the backcourt against pressure. Holtgren gets it into the forecourt. Now he looks for help. Hands the ball off to Heron. On the drive, the lob to Godfrey underneath. He puts it up and it's an air ball. And the rebound by Thorne. Thorne shot was checked. The rebound off of Ash. It'll go out of bounds to Pasco. Really, a couple of ill-advised shots, I think, and Mike Rihardo is going to take a timeout. Thorne was double-teamed, and they're lucky to get that one back. Pasco calls for timeout. Don't go anywhere. A minute 17 to go, and we're all tied at 54.
Does your teenager drink and drive? Do you?
Hey, a minute 17 to go, 54 all, and Don, the question is Pasco capable of holding it for one shot?
I don't know if they're going to do that or not. I think Richland's obviously talking about Godfrey Davis. I wouldn't be surprised here at all to see Coach Guajardo go into one of his plays and maybe bring Heron or someone off for a 3. If they don't get a wide open shot, he might get back into some offense and really be patient with it. I doubt if he'll take it down, but he's done a masterful job of coaching tonight. Who knows what he's going to do?
Okay, Schultz has played this whole fourth quarter with 4 fouls. Pasco ball at side court across the way. And Holtgren will bring it into Collins. Now the clock starts. 54-54. A minute and 14 seconds to go in the game. Collins out front to Heron now.
They're in delay game.
They are in the delay set. Now to Godfrey Davis. Godfrey way out front. He needs help. Somebody's got to come to help. Thorne does. He gets the ball. Traffic clears. He gets it to Holtgren. 57 seconds to go. That's a long time to hold the ball. Now to Heron. Heron out of the center circle. Bounce pass goes to Thorne. Thorne to Collins. 45 seconds to go, and we're tied at 54. Collins to Godfrey Davis coming out to get the ball. Now to Lucas Thorne. Thorne picks up the dribble, goes to Godfrey. 34 seconds left in the game. 54 all. Godfrey hands it off to Heron. 30 seconds to play. Heron out front. Boy, are you getting butterflies? Here's Heron. Calling out the play. Dribbles to the right side. 5 second count is on. Hooks up. Gives it to Collins. 18 seconds to Heron. And we get a foul. Ash fouls Collins. That's 4 on Damien. Phil can't believe it. To tell you the truth, I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was an unusual call. There's been all kinds of intensity, pressure outside. That was really a ticky-tack call, but they called it.
Richland's going to take a timeout, and we're going to keep it right here. Nate Collins will be going to the line. He shoots 67%, and that's exactly what he's made tonight. 2 out of 3 from the foul line. And
yeah, I think the Richland coaching staff really believes that Coach Fajardo's kind of influenced them on their calls in the second half. They're trying to get back in their ear right here. The good news for Richland right here is they're going to have an opportunity to do something with the basketball. Nate Collins just went to the line. He's a good free throw shooter. He missed his last one. Make or a miss, they're going to have a chance to tie or win this basketball game with either a 3 or a 2. So it's going to, that time they went down inside to Schultz, really did a nice job. So obviously the key right here is what happens at the free throw line.
18 seconds remaining. Collins has 11 points in the game. As we mentioned, he's 2 out of 3. Missed his last 1 and 1, and that could have given Pasco a 4-point lead. He missed it. Richland came down and scored and tied the game. 4,800 strong on their feet here with 18 seconds to go. And Nate Collins, the 6'1 junior, on the line. Okay. Getting set on the line now. Final instructions. So here's Nate Collins. Game tied at 54. Richland and Pasco. Collins. No good! The rebound by 4. 16 seconds. Richland coming into the forecourt. Collins with 12 seconds. 4. Guarded by Collins out front. Looking low. He gets it to Schultz with 8 seconds. He goes baseline. Reverse lay in. Good. And he's fouled. He's fouled with 5 seconds to go. The foul is on Collins. No, it's on Godfrey Davis. It doesn't matter. Schultz did it. Pasco could not convert twice in a 1-on-1 situation. And Doug Schultz has done it. It's not over. Still 5 seconds. And Pasco will call a timeout. Wow.
That was incredible. Just tremendous desire by Doug Schultz. He got the ball inside. He was double, triple teamed. He was not going to be denied. Put the ball on the floor, win baseline. Split the defenders, got fouled, and made the shot. Just a tremendous play by Doug Schultz.
So what do you do now if you're Pasco? Of course, if he misses, you can still get a 2 and tie.
Yeah, this is really a tough situation. 5 seconds is a lot of time. You're almost better off if he makes it because you got a chance to inbound the ball and get it to half court before they stop the clock. If Schultz is a pretty accurate free throw, he plans on making this. They're going to have to make a 3 to tie. It's going to take a real desperation, miracle-type effort by Pasco at this point to do it. They're capable of doing it. They got a lot of shooters. Their kids have played hard. It could happen.
5 seconds to go. Richland 56, Pasco 54, and Schultz on the line with 1 free throw. Bombers got to be careful. They're almost in a little early celebration there. This thing's not over yet.
Thing you have to do with Richland is you got to make sure you pick up people, not leave anybody wide open.
And they're not putting any rebounders underneath as Richland. Pasco have all 5 players there. Schultz will get 1 shot. What a move on the baseline he made to give the Bombers the lead here late with 5 seconds to go. He has the ball now at the foul line. He finishes dribbles, takes that big step with the left foot. Here's the shot on the way. It's no good. The rebound, Holtgren. He gives it to Heron, and we get a timeout by Pasco with 4 seconds to go. And I think they're going to have it underneath. Mike Lardo wants to know where they're going to get it. And there's a little discussion. It's going to be underneath. 4 seconds to go. So, well, we saw, trying to think of what Travis Mitchell did. I think he had 6 seconds.
Yeah, the college coaches believe that a player can go length of the court in 3 seconds. I'm sure Coach Fajardo's going to try and get the ball to half court on some kind of a pass, and now allow the kid to get a couple dribbles and some kind of shot between half court and the 3-point line, and hopefully he's going to get some kind of look at it. The thing Richland has to be careful of is they're not going to foul because they know that sends them to the line. So usually what happens is that allows the kid to be able to make the catch, and he's probably going to get the shot off because they're not going to contest the shot. The key thing is they've got to complete the inbound pass because sometimes the passes are offline and totally out of sync.
Well, do they have to throw it with 4 seconds? Do they have to throw it that long?
They may not. All they have to do is get the ball somewhere around half court or even free throw line.
Here we go. Heron will do the inbounding. That's one of their shooters, of course. Collins is the other one. Of course, they only need a 2 to tie. Do they throw it long to Godfrey? He's being double-teamed. Heron, he gets it into Holtgren. Holtgren 2-1. He got it to Thorne. Thorne a dribble. He never got his shot off. He never shot it. And Richland wins. And they clinch a tie for the Big 9 title. Dog pile at center court. The coaches shake hands, and holy cow, what a great game. The Richland Richland Bombers have won it. We'll be back to wrap it up after this 60-second timeout. The final score, the Richland Bombers 56 and the Pasco Bulldogs 54. Okay, back we are. Richland wins it 56-54. And really, Don, they really had to make a comeback of their own there. Even though they were never down by more than 2, they were totally momentum-wise out of it for a while.
Yeah, they really did. Pasco really made a run at them there in the second half. Coach Fajardo stayed with his game plan, wanted to get the ball into Godfrey Davis, try and get Schultz in foul trouble, which he was able to accomplish. Coach Neal tried to hide him all night in terms of taking him out at times, but they're just not as good a basketball team with him on the bench, forced to put him back in. Got to give a lot of credit to Richland, boy. They really deserve to be league champs. They fought back with a lot of character, and Schultz came out and just was not going to be denied. He wanted that basketball. He took that ball to the hole with just tremendous courage and confidence, and just what a tremendous play on his part.
Great play by Schultz. Of course, you got to remember Pasco was down 12 at halftime and actually came back to take the lead on 7. Really was in control. 2 points ahead, shooting a 1-and-1, and then tied with 18 seconds, shooting a 1-and-1. They couldn't convert.
Yeah, they really did everything they wanted to do to enable themselves a chance to win this basketball game. Getting Godfrey Davis in foul trouble forced Pasco to go to the zone. They got their shooters involved. Nate Collins lit it up with some threes. They got the game tied. They continued to pound it into Godfrey Davis. They had the score tied with 1:07 left. Coach Fajardo chose to go delay game with 1 shot. They do a great job, work it all the way down. They get the free throw at 18 seconds. They got a 1-and-1 chance for a 4-point lead, and they just, high school basketball is, kids who are good free throw shooters sometimes don't make them, and unfortunately Nate Collins was unable to convert the free throw and gave Richland a chance, and Schultz just a tremendous play.
Okay, here's the final numbers for Pasco. The leading scorer for the Bulldogs and in the game was Godfrey Davis. He had 18 points. He had 13 in the second half, and he had 9 in the fourth quarter. Then 11 points for Nate Collins, whose 3 3-pointers. You got to remember, he may have missed those 2 free throws, but he's the guy that brought him back in that third quarter with those threes and really lit it up. So he ends with 11. 8 points for Trent 80, 4 for Kelly Heron, and 5 for Lucas Thorne. In addition, Ryan Holtgren came off the bench to score 6, and Ryan Tippett had 2. For Richland, the leading scorer was Doug Schultz. He had 17 points, 11 for Neil Robertson and Dave Nash, 6 for Mark Bone, and 4 for Jeff Cahill, 3 for Eric Buck, and 2 for Andrew Coleman. They're presenting the, as you heard at halftime, Athletic Director Richland High School Steve Potter saying the competition here in this arch rivalry that started this year, the arch rivalry didn't, the competition did, the Spirit Award, and apparently it's going to go to Pasco. And the other award is the Old Food Award. We'll go to Richland, but Richland would rather have the win, I know.
Boy, this was just a tremendous crowd here tonight. The place was packed. So we're going to have the district tournament's going to have some games played here, and of course we got the regional tournament here. We're just going to have some tremendously exciting basketball here in the Tri-Cities. I encourage people to come out and support it and get involved with it. It's incredible.
Don't forget, we're going to be right back here tomorrow night with Richland and Kennewick. And so airtime will be 7:25, but of course the Wall of Fame, if you want to get here and watch all the Richland inductees, that'll be at 6:30 tomorrow night. But the big one is the game, and Richland goes to 13-1, and if somehow Kamiakin was to lose at wall-to-wall tonight, they will have clinched outright the Big 9 title. Otherwise, they've clinched at least a tie. Pasco falls to 10-4, and what a tremendous game. You just can't talk anymore. But we're going to have the 5th quarter coming up, Don, and you realize that in the last 10 days, we've had 4 games, 2 overtime games, a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer.
It's just been incredible. It's what basketball's all about. High school kids coming out here, giving everything they've got, leaving everything they've got on the floor. And both coaches did a tremendous job tonight, doing everything possible they could to give their kids an opportunity to win. And you just like to see it. Kids have an opportunity to win basketball games, and you feel sorry for the teams that aren't able to win tonight. And a lot of elation for the Richland team that was able to pull through, and a great win on their part.
Do you think some things have been exposed, though, now? We've seen it against Kamiakin. We've seen it against Pasco. The fact Schultz gets in foul trouble. And really, in his own defense, the next tallest guy is 6'1" out there. He's really playing 1.5 positions, basically, and he's got to cover up a lot. So it stands to reason against good teams he's going to get in foul trouble. And like you say, that seems to point out a real weakness.
Yeah, they're obviously a different basketball team when he's not in there, and Pasco really decided that they were going to continue to keep hammering the ball in there and try to draw him the fouls. But, as you notice, his fourth foul that he drew was really a foul that, as a coach, you kind of think is as a mentality foul. He got an over-the-back call and a rebound, and those are fouls that you just don't want players to pick up in that point in time. And he'll learn from that. He's a tremendous basketball player, but Richland has to, one of the things they're going to have to do is find some depth in that position. The sophomore person, Coleman, came in and really played quite well for him, hit a nice shot there at the end of the third quarter. But they're definitely a different team when Schultz is out of there. Particularly tonight, Robertson kind of faded a little bit in the fourth quarter, had some good looks at the basket. Ash came in and hit some shots for him. But that just goes to show you a real quality team that Richland is being able to pull out a game like this when Robertson's not being able to hit some shots down the stretch. It's a tremendous basketball game.
Okay, we're going to take a little break, come back with the fifth quarter. That does it for the game, though. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Doug Schultz and Damien Ash will hopefully be our guests tonight, along with Coach Phil Neal. Once again, the final score, the Richland Bombers 56 and the Pasco Bulldogs 54.
Quarter show on 610 Information Radio KONA. Fifth quarter reports are brought to you by CQ Federal Credit Union at 1780 Fowler, Richland. Vincent Construction Company at 20th and West Lewis, Pasco. Apollo Sheet Metal at 1207 West Columbia Drive, Kennewick. And now for all the latest scores, game highlights, it's time for the fifth quarter show on KONA.
And back here at our Daywell Gymnasium, Frank Murray, and with me is Richland coach Phil Neal, and boy, Coach, that was some ball game.
It was a heck of a high school basketball game, and Pasco is just a great team. They're so well balanced inside and outside. We just had a really hard time stopping them. I thought we had a great first half, but they came back and just shoved the ball kind of down our throat, especially inside, and it really gave us fits, and we got in foul trouble. But our kids never quit. They hang in there, and they just came out and gutted one out.
Well, you talk about Pasco's comeback. You guys really, from a momentum standpoint, even though you were never down by more than 2, really had to make a comeback.
Well, yeah, we, after being up by 11 points, and thought that Pasco really had the adrenaline flying there, and we kind of lost it. And so our kids really had to pick it up, and they did a great job of doing that, especially in the fourth quarter in the last minute.
And you really had to measure when you could play Doug and when not because of the foul trouble. You really couldn't let them go off, yet you really had to save him a little bit there, too.
Well, I also thought that Andrew Coleman came in and did a real good job for us tonight. He came in and took up a little bit of space and did some things, and we tried putting Jeff Cahill down on Godfrey to try to change up some different things, and we tried to play some cat and mouse games, played it behind him, play in front of him, and try to cup him a little bit, try to keep him guessing, and that's all you can do because we were in real tough shape.
Tell us about the last play with Doug's baseline move there. Was that called from the bench?
Well, we had 2 options, and we were looking for an outside shot and an inside shot, and one of the options was to go to Doug.
Okay. And tonight, Neal kind of struggled there in the second half with the shooting, but really you seemed like you set a few more things up for Damien in that second half, and he really came through.
Yeah, Damien had a great game for us, and, with Neal, he's not going to shoot like that. That maybe he's going to be, once, or twice in a season that's going to happen. He's very consistent, and he'll probably come out tomorrow night and have a great night.
Okay. Well, you've clinched a tie for the Big 9 title. That's got to be worth a smile, doesn't it, Phil?
Well, yeah, it is. It's been a long time for the Bombers. It's only a tie right now. We still have 2 games to go, and we just want to keep playing and get a little bit better. We have to get better because we know as we enter the district tournament, it's going to be, really tough action. There's a lot of teams in the Big 9 that are really good.
Early in the game, they took the lead early on you, but you guys came back, and really your defensive pressure seemed to be the big key in that first half.
Well, I think that any time you hold a team like Pasco that's so well balanced and can score inside and outside to just 19 points, says that you've done a really good job. But again, they came back and played a great second half against us also.
Okay, well, tomorrow night we're going to do it all. Can you get used to playing at home all this time, tomorrow and then next Friday and then the district and the regional all in Richland?
We don't mind it.
Well, that's big of you. Okay, Phil, thanks for being with us. We'll be back with Damien Ash will be our guest when we come back after the 60-second timeout. It's Damien Ash. Somebody unplugged us again, but we're all right now. And, well, first of all, Damien, I didn't realize that You're the same skinny little kid that used to go running through my house, aren't you?
Yeah.
I introduced myself in football season to you, and I'm embarrassed because I didn't know you, but you've grown a lot since then.
Yeah.
And you're the one that gave my son a haircut one time, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I tell you, though, it's not the kind of kid haircut. Damien can cut hair, let me tell you. Well, Damien, congratulations. I know things weren't going so well for you guys, but you had to step up there. Neil had one of those in a million games where he wasn't hitting real well in that second half, and really some of the pressure went on you there.
Yeah. Oh, I figure that in big games like this, we're going to have to look for everyone to contribute and score. And when Neil's not hot, we can't keep feeding him the ball to where, he's going to shoot and rely on to getting the offensive boards and putting it back in the hole. So, everyone's going to have to contribute and do what they can do to score.
What were you thinking when they were making that run there in the second half?
Well, I was just thinking about Kamaiaki when they made their run and came back in the game. I figured we had to do something to stop them, play a little more defense, and take our time on offense and be patient and put the ball in the hole.
Now, Coach Neal said in the last play there was a setup for two options, one either to go inside to Doug or one to go outside. Was that to go to you?
No, it was looking to go to Doug because Doug, he fight, he scraps down low, and he's going to put the ball in the hole, and that's what we're looking to do.
This clinches a tie for a Big Nine title for Richland. Bombers haven't had a Big Nine title since 1986. You guys got to be pretty proud of as far as you've got so far.
Yeah, we feel good. We worked hard and everything. We put in a lot of time in practice, and it's paying off. We're doing real good on the court.
Okay. What's been the key? I know you guys have been playing together since last spring.
Yeah, we've been playing together. We're in a lot of tournaments together. We know how everyone plays. We know what everyone can do. So, we look at everyone and get them the ball when we need it.
Another key, though, you see some teams that they play good for a long time, and things don't go so well, and you can see some finger pointing out on the court and some maybe unsavory chatter between players. You don't see that with you guys. You're very businesslike out there.
No, because you get on a person, it brings them down. So, we try to let them know what they're doing wrong, but not get on them so hard so that, they can correct themselves when it's time to. But if you get on them, then, it brings them down, and we can't have that on the floor. So we try to stay away from all that.
11 points for Damien Ash. Three-pointers really stepping up there, particularly in the second half when the Bombers needed them. Damien, good luck the rest of the season. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, that's Damien Ash, and we're going to be back with Doug Schultz, the hero of the game. After this 60-second timeout, Richland wins it. The Bombers 56, Pasco 54. Okay, back here with Doug Schultz of the Richland Bombers. The gym nearly cleared out, nearly 5,000 on hand here tonight. And, boy, Doug, congratulations. We had him with 17, but he actually had 19 points in the game and 8 rebounds. And, boy, what a great game. Congratulations. And it's got to be a big win for you guys.
Big win because it pretty much mathematically locks up the Big Nine. And, I don't know, it's a goal that we've had, and to win the Big Nine and do well in the conference.
I know last year you had a lot of talent, and the team really developed late, but at this point you guys weren't nearly as good last year at this point in the season.
I think that's pretty much due to just not playing with each other as much. This year's team, we've played together at least since 9th grade, everyone except for Neil. And we know where everyone's going to be on the floor and what everybody's going to be doing, and it just makes us play really well together.
And tonight, of course, you got in the foul trouble. Of course, you got to do a lot of work out there. Jeff Cahill gives you a lot of help, but he's 6'1". You're the only guy with any size out there, so you end up, it seems like, getting a lot of your fouls because you got to help out a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Our team does a really good job of giving help on defense, but when you have two guys that are 6'5" or 6'6" on the floor, I don't know, it gives a lot of troubles for us because we don't have anyone else to match up, and I'll always end up guarding the biggest guy and having to eventually foul him sometimes.
Pasco and Kamaya can both have those big guys. Godfrey looked like he was pretty tough to handle tonight.
Yeah, they play really well with him. They'll get you in front of him where you shouldn't be defensively, and then they'll lob it over the top, and he'll have a layup. And I don't know, it's tough to defend because you can't. Well, at least for me, because I'm so much smaller than him, I can't knock it away from him. And I don't know, they do a real good job of setting plays for him and getting him the ball where he needs it.
In the same sense, he couldn't stop you. Tell us about the last play when you got the ball, elected to go baseline as opposed to shoot over the top of him.
Well, I don't know. I think one of my better moves is like spinning baseline and then driving it to the hole. And I don't know, I prefer doing that other than shooting over the top, because a lot of times I'll have taller guys on me and they'll have an easier time blocking it. And I don't know, usually I'll try to use my quickness and get around the big guys and get to the hole.
Coach really had to measure how to use you tonight because of foul trouble. He didn't want to bring you back too soon, but they made a big run in the second half, and it had to be a real difficult situation, you coming in there. You played a long time there with, let's see here. You played a long time with 4 fouls, or was it 3 fouls that you came in the second half? They kept you out for, well, your 4 fouls, because you committed your 4th in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So you went the rest of the way with 4. What was, I mean, and you didn't seem to back off all that much.
Well, I don't know. It's tough to play that way, because, I mean, you have to lay off the guys, and you can't go and play as aggressively on going for checks and for rebounds. And I don't know, it's kind of more frustrating than it is, I don't know, anything else.
Yeah. Now, you had to, and for a time there, you guys tried you guarding 80 and Jeff guarding Godfrey, but he was just overpowering in there, and you guys had to switch back again.
Yeah, he does a really good job of using his body, and even with me, I'm not that much shorter or that much smaller, but he can get in front of me and score layups. And I mean, with Jeff is at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches shorter than him. I mean, he's got a really big advantage.
Damien was noting that when they came from 12 back and actually took the lead, that he started to think back to the Kamiakin game last Saturday. Did that ever enter your mind?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking of that at the beginning of the half, or the beginning of the fourth quarter, one of the two. I don't know. I mean, a loss like that where you're up and then you lose the lead and then you end up losing the game is tough. And I mean, you have to learn from that, and then, I mean, try not to make the same mistake twice.
Well, you guys have had 2 of the biggest crowds here at Richland in years and years and years. It's got to be fun to play in front of a big crowd like that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's better than last year when we might just, I don't know, hardly get any people and hardly even be able to hear him on the court. To win, and to, like tonight, I mean, you could hear every time down the floor, you hear people cheering and screaming. And I don't know, it's a big boost for players.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it more fun for the fans, too.
Definitely. Makes it much more fun for the sportscaster, I can tell you. Fans make the game as much as the players sometimes. Doug, just want to congratulate you. Good luck tomorrow against Kennewick. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. That's Doug Schultz. And once again, we're going to go with the final numbers here real quick. In the shooting for the game, Pasco hit 45%. Richland hit 44%. From the three-point line, neither team real effective. Pasco hit 4 out of 15. Richland hit 4 out of 16. Free throws were big. Pasco, we talked about that early. As a team, Pasco only hits 58%. Well, tonight, the Bulldogs hit only 44%, and it cost them tonight as they hit 4 out of 9. Richland hit 4 out of 7. So there wasn't a lot of free throws. The game basically was played in a very physical state, and there wasn't a lot of whistles tonight, and it was pretty much a players type of game this evening, as it was one great classic. Again, a full house tonight saw it. And that'll just about wrap it up. And once again, the final score from Daywald: Richland 56, Pasco 54.
Okay, thank you, Frank. And the 5th quarter, I don't know, Frank, are you still listening?
Yes, I am.
Okay, final tonight in the Kennewick-Eisenhower game. It was Kennewick 69, Eisenhower 60 this evening. So a good game there. Okay, thank you, Frank. And we'll have more 5th quarter reports coming up on KONA.